Dear humans, I stand here today not for myself, but for every tail wagger, sloppy kisser, and curtain ninja. I stand here for each one of the thousands of dogs and cats killed in shelters each day, asking you to join our cause and help us make sure every best friend has a chance to meet one of their own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge, and your help, we can save them all.
For Pet Connect, I'm Tara Douglas. If you want to come out and walk dogs this Saturday at the Sylacauga Animal Shelter, come on out at 11 o'clock. We've got plenty of dogs to walk. The shelter is sadly full, but you can come and meet this dog. This is Russell. He's about 4 months old, and Russell is actually at a temporary foster, but I believe he'll be back at the shelter this weekend. He is a bit timid, so that's why this actually one of our dog walkers pulled him to take home with her so that she could let him interact with her family and her dogs, and he's doing great. So all we had to do is get him out of the shelter environment, where it can be pretty stressful for pups, even though they're well taken care of there. But he is doing wonderful with her dogs. He plays with their dogs, and he does great with people. And he's small enough to where he is just really cute, and we don't think he's going to get to be a big dog. He looks like he's going to be a medium-sized dog, but he's up to date on his shots, and he's ready to go to a home. So if you're interested in Russell and you want to meet him, then call the shelter, and then they can get in touch with the foster, and we can make sure that we can arrange that meet and greet, and he might be back at the shelter this weekend. So we would love some help. We've got plenty of dogs there. If you're even interested in coming and petting cats, there's plenty of cats there. We've got cats available for adoption at PetSense. We've got lots of cats in the foster system. So it's not just dogs. We got dogs and cats that are available. And so come on out and help support the Sylacauga Animal Shelter. Now, we've got a special guest today that's actually, she's helped the situation, adopting a dog that was a stray here in Sylacauga. And we just want to welcome her to the show. So we've got Greta Spencer. She's with Coosa Pines Federal Credit Union. You're the branch manager here.
Good morning.
And thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So before we talk about the dog and this unique situation you found yourself in last week, let's talk a little bit about Coosa Pines. So.
Well, I am, as you said, the branch manager for Sylacauga. Of course, most all of us there are very love animals. We love to see them come in. We try to save all of our newspapers that come through in a tote. Once it's filled, we take it to the animal shelter to help them with that.
And that's really needed. So
Absolutely.
Newspapers, they line all of the cages and things with paper, and we're not getting it as much because newspapers aren't coming out.
Right.
So I don't think people realize how special that is to have newspaper.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That is a big thing for us to have newspaper in the shelter
Yes.
and in the foster system.
Yes, and we love our animals. Of course, you know, some of us are like, oh, bring your animals on in, come see us. But if they do come to the drive-through, our ladies out there always have some special treats for them. So a lot of them they're just so fun to watch. I'll pull them up on my camera to watch them because they're just standing in the little, the window just waiting like, where's my treat?
They're coming to do their banking.
Yes. They're the highlights of our day, for sure.
Well, we really appreciate Coosa Pines. There's so much that you guys do for the community, not just with animals and the animal shelter. And I just wanted to make sure that we told you how much we appreciate your efforts and Coosa Pines' efforts to help the community. And Greta was just telling me that they also have caught some cats there at Coosa Pines,
Yes.
and some employees have adopted them. So
Absolutely.
that's a help too, because like I was just saying, our foster system is full, the shelter's full, and it's so nice when we have a situation where yes, there's stray animals or animals in need, but the community, they're pitching in to help.
Absolutely.
And it's not just trying to flood the system with more at the shelter and with the
Yeah, I know y'all have your hands full. So, I mean, if we can take in one, and, like I said, most of the time the employees take them, or we know somebody who will reach out, give them a good home. So it's like, hey, we found this, come on, get it. And they always go to Loving Homes, and it's good to see them as they're transitioning to their new homes.
And Loving Homes where they get spayed or neutered.
Absolutely, absolutely. And our people are very good about that. Most everybody's like, hey, we got to have this fixed, so
Absolutely.
immediately vets our vouchers are purchased, so that can be taken care of.
Now, I mainly asked Greta to come on the show today in particular because she found herself in that unique situation I was talking about last week. And I stepped into that at a Chamber Connections Thursday morning. So let's talk a little bit about what happened with Ozzy.
Okay. So we had our Chamber Connection last Thursday at Fed Up Shipping. And of course we know a lot of our chamber people who attend the connections are all about the dogs, love the dogs. And so I walk into Fed Up Shipping and there's Nicole with the chamber and she's got this puppy. And I'm like, oh, you run to the puppy. And she said she had found it in the parking lot there at the chamber and it had kind of ran over to the tennis courts. Of course, she walked around and looked to see if there was any more. And looking for somebody to foster. Well, me, I'm going to get attached. So it's like, hey, I'll take him because nobody else, a couple of people just couldn't take him. So I'm like, hey, I'll take him, but I'm not going to foster him. I'm going to keep him if he goes home with me. So we took him home and sweet little Ozzy, he's just a ball of fur. He is the sweetest, lovable, little dog. I mean, he fits right in. It's like, our family didn't know we needed him, but he needed us. And, of course, once he gets older, he will be neutered. And he's fit right in with our middle dog because we've got 2 other dogs and 2 cats. The cats seem to love him too. So
well, good. That's good that he's a puppy around the cats because the cats can train him to to know how to act.
The good thing is I totally forgot about the puppy stages. So it's like having a newborn back in the house. But he's catching on very well as far as the potty training, which has been.
Got a picture of him up right here.
Yeah, he had just gotten a bath there. As you can see, he's still just as fuzzy as can be, and he's so soft. And he, like I said, he loves to cuddle. And me, of course, I can't put him in his kennel at night, so he has to sleep with me.
He's got you conned immediately.
Yes, he does. He's got us wrapped around his little paws for sure. So I'm home with him at night. My husband's home with him during the day. So yeah, he gets all the loving 24/7.
And it's a situation where it's sad that and we don't know what how he ended up there, right. But puppies are getting dumped quite a bit around town, and we as an organization with Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill and the shelter get contacted so many times with unwanted litters of puppies or puppies that are found, and it is hard on the system because we can't save every puppy. We try, and it's not something that we can usually can do. It's unique because all of our fosters are full, and it's not a situation where it's easy for us to find someone to take them. So when I walked into DJ's to Fed Up, and of course that's a perfect spot for a puppy to show up because DJ loves dogs, and she's got her 2 dogs that are usually there. They weren't there that morning. They would have been fine with the puppy if they were, but it was and. As a foster, we have 6 that we knew were coming to our house, and it's when you see a puppy like that, you immediately think when you're a part of the shelter of feral dogs that somebody's going to need you to take care of it, and we would have figured it out. I mean, he's a cute little puppy, but it was so nice to walk in there, and Nicole was holding that puppy, and she was loving it, and then Greta was like, "I'm going to take it," and I was excited to know that you were going to take it because I know you will take good care of it, and your family will love him.
Absolutely, we look at them as part of our family, and. Yeah, I appreciate you and Jonathan for the help that y'all gave us on Thursday as well, and I had to find
Kim Wright fostered him for the day, so it's like we had a whole community that pulled together for this one puppy.
Our little village took care of our fur baby, but it is a problem, and it's a problem that it shouldn't be. I mean, it's a simple, y'all offer the vouchers for a very reasonable price, so there's really no reason that dogs are being dumped and not being spayed and neutered.
And the more and more that we can get the word out that we have those vouchers available, they're available at Mutt Cuts, so right here in downtown on Calhoun, and they have them every day. So if you need a voucher, then they're there. They're used at Alabama Spay and Neuter in Irondale, so there are transports that come here, so it's pretty easy, and you can take your dog or cat there yourself, but the opportunity is there, and these are really amazing vouchers, and we've gotten some money from the Talladega County Commissioners, and so periodically the Feral Dogs of Avondale Mill can have an even better voucher sale. So we can have vouchers that are sold at a lower price. And so keep a lookout on our Facebook page. You can contact us to see when the next one is. But even though we got great costs there at the regular kind of price, there are chances to get it at cheaper.
And did I see something also on maybe Facebook or something where some businesses have actually put up like adoption fees, and so when you get these dogs, and those
Absolutely.
fees is automatically included, right?
Absolutely. So that's one thing that's going on at the shelter right now. We have some volunteers actually that have sponsored some of their favorite dogs, because when you come out and walk the dogs, you fall in love with them, and you just want them to be able to find that forever home. So some of the dogs are sponsored by individuals. We've had sponsors in the past. Toyota of Sylacauga did some. Right. There's some other businesses. Area Real Estate's doing some right now. So we've got, and I'm sure there's some I'm not mentioning, but we've had a lot of support. So if you are looking for a dog, then you can go to the shelter, and you might have some support with those initial costs of getting that dog, and the adoption fee covers that spay and neuter. So when you get the dog, it's had all of its shots, it's had all of its heartworm preventative for that moment, and it's also will be fixed. So
rescues are my favorites.
Yeah,
they are my absolute
Now you have
favorites.
other dogs. So
I do. We have one who's 7.
Okay.
His name is Buster, and he's a Chihuahua Rat Terrier mix. We didn't find him, but somebody was looking for a home. It was the last of the litter. And then we have Axel, who is our bounce off the wall dog. That he's not set in his ways yet, and has absolutely loved Ozzy, and their markings are a lot of the same too, but he is half lab, half pit, with the prettiest blue eyes. And then we have 2 cats, solid black cats, Milo and Lola. So we've got 5 fur babies who are loved dearly.
Yeah.
They even get their subscription to their bark boxes every month. They're our babies. Our boys are growing up.
That's
and
great.
Yeah, so they're our babies now.
And it's also nice that you love black animals, because they're harder to adopt out for some reason. And I love black cats. We have black cats, but it's one of those things that where when we can find homes, if people are willing, a lot of people want the dogs with markings but it's a brown dog and a black dog solid are the ones that are the hardest to adopt out. But just because the color of the fur doesn't mean the dog's not the greatest dog on earth.
Right.
So
Buster, our little dog, he's blonde, and of course he's little. He thinks he owns the whole country down there. But Ozzy and Axel both are white and black, and then our cats they're solid black.
Yeah.
So we seem to lean more towards them. But yeah.
Well, that's great.
They're just great.
Well, again, we appreciate everything that you do through the community, personally and through Coosa Pines.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for adopting Ozzy.
Absolutely.
That warmed all of our souls, and we're just so happy that he found a home, and so happy to see the community come together like that. So, every dog we help is one less dog on the street. So
Absolutely.
That's wonderful. But thank you for coming on the show. When he
Thank
gets a
you
little
for having
bigger,
me.
you can come on and talk some more about how he's interacting with Axel.
Absolutely.
And what kind of shenanigans they're getting in, and what they've eaten in the house.
Yes, that's the thing too. It's kind of like, we're right in the teething stage, the potty training. So, but
You'll
we're
get
gonna
through
there.
it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today for Pet Connect. Stick around for Daybreak, because today is World Lizard Day, and we're going to have some information about lizards.